This is a story of a young boy Nelson and a creature from an exoplanet. One day it was raining heavily. Nelson was wet and rushed to his room. He saw the creepy legs of an unknown creature standing behind the hut. When he pulled out the cot, he shouted.
Ghost, ghost! Oh, please don't shout. I have come from a neighboring planet, Kepler. So, you are an alien? But how did you come to our planet? I came with my team, but due to the heavy rain, our UFO crashed and now all our teammates are scattered. Um, I'm sorry. Hello, I am Nelson. You can stay in my room for a few days. What's your name? You may call me Alien. Do you know I was shocked to see a person exactly like me in your room? What? I didn't understand.
The alien took him to the mirror and was shocked to see the image of Nelson as well. Nelson laughed and said,
Oh dear, this is a mirror. It shows congruent images of any object in front of it. Congruent images? And look at that person on the wall. He resembles you, but they are not exactly like you. Why is this so? Those are my photographs. One when I was 5 years old, another when I was 10 years old. I resemble them because I am similar to them. Similar and congruent? Then I must say that two of my teammates are similar to me and another is congruent. Nelson, will you help me in finding them? Don't worry, I'll help you.
Hello friends, Notebook welcomes you to the very first part of the chapter Triangles. Similar and congruent. This is what we will learn today, as this session is based on the concept of similarity and congruence of various shapes. Look at these aliens. They are looking exactly same, so they are congruent. But what about these aliens? Although they appear the same, they differ in height. Therefore, they are similar but not congruent. You may also compare your photographs, one when you were in class 9 and another when you were in class 5. These are similar to each other, but they are not congruent. But you would say that your mirror image is congruent to you. See, these were some practical examples. Now let us understand the terms geometrically. Friends, take a look at these line segments. What do you observe? Friends, we observe that the length of these line segments are not the same. This signifies that they are similar. Had their lengths been the same, they would have been called congruent lines. So friends, we can conclude that two line segments are similar even if they are not equal in size, but are said to be congruent only when they are of equal length. Now we can use the symbol for similarity as shown. An interesting example is a map. Suppose the length of the bridge between two cities is 100 kilometers. But do we really draw a bridge measuring 100 kilometers? Obviously, no. There's the reason behind using a scale of a map. So the bridge drawn on a map is similar to the actual bridge. Let us look at one more example. Friend, look at these circles. Observe that they do not have the same radii, so the shape of both the circles is same, but the size is not equal. Therefore, they are said to be similar. So what do you think about congruent circles? Friends, I'll explain it to you with the help of an amazing example. Think about the interlocking rings of the Olympics. Note that each of them has the same radius. That is, all the rings are of the same shape and equal size. Therefore, they are congruent. Now, when you draw them on paper, you actually draw 5 congruent rings similar to the actual ring. So friends, can you understand the difference between congruent shapes and similar shapes? Let's take a look at some more shapes. Look at these squares. Are the edges of different measures? Yes, so they are similar. Two squares are said to be congruent only when their sides are of the same length. Finally, we'll talk about the chief element of this chapter, the triangles. What is your opinion about these equilateral triangles? Are they similar? Of course, yes. Friends, note that when two figures are similar, they can be obtained from the other by contracting or enlarging without changing the shape. So we can conclude here that any two figures can be similar, but they need not be congruent. Do you know there is a general rule to check whether two polygons are similar or not? Basically, there are two such conditions. The first condition states that their corresponding angles must be equal. The second condition states that the lengths of their corresponding sides must be proportional. But how will you use these conditions to check whether two given polygons are similar? Okay, take it as your home task. We shall continue this in the forthcoming session. I think another theory will be too much for you to acquire. So we are ending this session here. We are looking forward to amuse you and teach you exciting new theories in a distinguished way. Till then, take care and happy learning.